This is one of my favorite photographs, and that was taken from a party we had in the Hamptons for the first season of Sex and the City. Carrie Bradshaw was definitely my alter ego, and especially in those days. And what's interesting about that photo is when Sarah Jessica Parker first started playing the part, she really did play me. They gave her the same watch that I had. They gave her the same ring. They tried to dress her similarly to how I dressed. You know, I never imagined that Sex and the City would end up becoming so huge. And even in this photo, we have no idea what is going to happen. For me, the big takeaway was it's really about a passage of time, like Sex and the City is about a passage of time in women's lives. You know, life really is about ups and downs, and you've got to, you know, you've got to ride out the down times, and things change. And that's what that photo means to me. Okay, it's so freaky seeing this photo because I feel like I still look so much like this photo. And it was taken for, it wasn't a beauty contest, but it was like the only kind of beauty-ish contest that we had in our town. The reason why I entered was that there was like an exchange kind of thing where you could go to a foreign country and live with a foreign family for a month. And I was just dying to get out of my town, so I said, hey, I will enter this contest if it means I can get out of Glastonbury for a month. And then I came in second. And then, of course, the woman who won, you know, she was a mean girl and was so tied into the town that she didn't even want to go. My advice would be, keep going and don't worry about what other people think. I did get out of my town, even though it's a great town, but I think I was ready to move on. So one of my big passions when I was a kid was horseback riding, and I started horseback riding when I was maybe 8, and this is my horse Harry. And what was interesting about that horse is when I first got the horse, he bucked me off, I think, every single day. But I like that photo because I looked very confident and I did feel very confident. And so my advice is always get back on the horse. Okay, so this is the photo that really got me into a lot of trouble with my parents. When I was 19, I decided to move to New York. So I basically ran away from college. I moved to New York and I started writing, but I also was a punk model. I was wild and I was having so much fun. I went to Studio 54. I went to clubs, and I really felt like I was breaking free from my childhood and my small town. One of the things that I really learned about myself was I felt like I really could rely on myself. You know, no matter how difficult things were, it was just exciting to have the opportunity to do all these different things. So no matter what the circumstances are, it's really about how you look at them and how you make the best of whatever situation you're in. Okay, this is a photo of me going to the junior prom. I'm wearing it was a pretty simple dress. It was definitely something that I bought with my mother, and it was definitely something that seemed appropriate for a 15-year-old girl. Fashion was something that I was always interested in, actually from a young age. And part of the reason is that my mother was very interested in fashion. I mean, one of my favorite things to do was my mother and I would go shopping, and we were both interested in fashion. You know, if you come from a small town, everybody kind of dresses the same. So for us, it was one of the ways that you could be a bit different, really. I think it's good to stand out, but it's also good to know how to blend in. So one of the things I think I've learned is I know how to make an entrance into a room, but I also know how to slip into a room unnoticed.